Hey guys, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. Glad you're here. We are actively watching the fall of the UK. It's getting absolutely absurd what's going on over there. People going to prison, literally, for just voicing their concerns, right, on Facebook or whatever social media. I mean, it's been that way for a while, right? What's really insane is that people would go to prison, right, if they had forgot to lock their front door and someone broke into their house and they kicked them out of their house, right? I remember there was a story where an elderly lady, um, I can't remember if she had a taser, but she had something to defend herself with. I can't remember if it was a taser or if it was bear spray. It might have been bear spray or something, but um, the local police was called, and she was assaulted by a a man. And I can't remember um, the exact details, but what I do remember is that they came and they didn't arrest him. They arrested her. They threw her in jail. That's insane. You arrest someone for defending themselves? Dude, what the fuck is going on over there, man? I used to visit the UK a little bit. Not only is it just absolutely depressing over there all the time, right? But you're taxed for just about everything. You have a home tax, you have a road tax, you even have a TV tax. How crazy is that? You have a TV, they will tax you for watching TV. Isn't that insane? Oh man, right? Look, the UK is one of the most perfect examples in modern day history to show you the second why the Second Amendment is so important. Why being able to defend yourself is one of the most important things that you can have for yourself in this life. We saw with Australia a little bit ago, right? When they gave up their guns, and you know, COVID happened, and um, people were sent to facilities, right? Whatever you want to call them, camps, whatever. And those who were protesting, right, were literally beaten. They were beaten in the streets. This is why America is one of the greatest countries in this entire world, right? Because we have the rights that we do. And this is exactly why, guys, you always do your research, right? You always make sure you're up to date and you keep that situational awareness up, right? Because what's happening over there is happening over here. And you best believe that it can. If you honestly believe that what's happening over there won't happen here, you're delusional. You are delusional. You know nothing about history. Nothing. Because Germans before World War II, they had weapons. They had firearms. They did, right? The very term assault rifle came from propaganda, right? From the Third Reich. Literally, literally the term was coined by Hitler himself, right? The STG 44, right? It was known as the storm rifle or the assault rifle, right? That's where the term came from, okay? And they were using that term in order to push for gun control. Guys, that's what you see here now. And Australia was pushing for the same shit. Now look at where they're at. We are actively watching the fall of the UK. Actively watching it from a distance. I'd rather be at a distance. I don't want to go back in that hellhole. There are some beautiful places though. The Cliffs of Dover, beautiful place. It really, even when it was dreary, it was a beautiful place to take a look at. It really was, right? Dover Castle was really cool to see, right? But that's besides the point. The UK is, guys, you got to get out. You need to leave the UK as soon as you can. You need to leave because it's only going to get worse. It's either people get pissed off so much to the point to where conflict really starts arising. Yep, and action is really taken, and maybe war comes from that, or the country falls from within completely, right? From all the migrants that are coming in. I should say the illegal migrants coming in, right? Being forced in there, and the conflict of the natives and the migrants. You've got all kinds of crap. Either way, I see the UK falling. I really do. I don't see the government being able to keep control of the migrants or the natives who are pissed off at what all is going on. And over here, there, of course, you had the censorship on Twitter, right? Before it became X, you had FBI agents literally visiting people's houses because of what they posted on Twitter, right? There was a man, I can't remember his name, but he filmed from his porch, right? FBI agents talking to him, trying to incriminate him, trying to get him to incriminate himself, and they would not give their names at all, and they left, right? So that's the reason why our Second Amendment is so important. That's why I tell you guys, train. I cannot emphasize that enough, right? And that's why it's so important for men especially to be prepared. You have to be ready. You have to be ready for anything at all, right? Because it's not just foreign threats, guys. It's also domestic. So, this is exactly why and how, America can end up the same way. The only difference between us and the UK is that we have a Second Amendment right. They don't. But again, this is what happens when you don't have a Second Amendment right. For those who are paying attention, it's a good reminder. For those who are just now coming on this conversation, I know I seem very passionate because I am passionate, right? Do your research. Look into this crap, man. I'm telling you. Be aware. It's going to mean the difference between a life of oppression and a life of freedom, right? People were seeing the writing on the wall a while ago, and they left. And people are seeing it now, and they're leaving now. People in droves leaving. I can't blame them either. Where is what 60-70% of people's income are the taxes, right? Over in the UK, if I remember correctly, maybe it's 60%. I can't remember. I think it's about 40 to 60%, which is still insane. How can someone survive over there with 40 to 60%? I'll be modest and I'll say 40%. 40%, being taxed taken from you, right? Without your consent, by the way. And then also you have to pay bills, right? And then you can't watch TV. You can't watch TV. And God forbid you try to defend yourself. It's as if the government actually hates its own civilians. I mean, that's what it seems like to me. You know, when that girl was assaulted in the UK a while ago, if you guys will remember the big outrage from that, those people who were protesting were the ones that were beaten, the ones that were stopped by police. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that insane? That's just crazy, man. That's but I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised at, the way things are going. And that can happen here. It's already started to happen, right? And look, things don't change by president, um, by Congress alone, right? We are the people, right? We're the ones that make the change. So we got to make the change. As simple as that, right? We can't let someone do our job for us. We can't rely on someone to make these changes. It just doesn't happen that way, right? I mean, sure, some things will change through means of their own power, but you don't see changes like that. I mean, by themselves. So you really need to educate yourself. Like I said, research, man. Research saves lives. Knowledge is power, man. The thing that I always say is that how do you know how do you know if you're being manipulated, if you're being lied to, if you don't know what the lie is? Right? So take a look at what's going around. It's a good reminder. It is a really good reminder of why our founding fathers fought for what they did and why we have the privileges, the benefits, the rights that we have now. So, but that's all I got to say on that. There's not really too much more to say other than, guys in the UK, get your families, get yourselves, and get out. Get out as soon as you can, because it's not going to be too much longer before that country falls. And France isn't really doing so hot either. That's crazy. Don't keep yourself in that situation. So, as always, take care of yourselves. Get prepared. Always be ready for whatever. All right? So, thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys happen to have anything that you would want me to cover or talk about, right? You can email me. You can leave comments for me in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing what's on your minds, what you have to say. I read the comments. I try to respond to them as much as I can. And subscribe, and share this, guys, because there's not enough talk about this kind of conversation in the I should say the public circle. So share this, please share this, and let's start trending this kind of stuff, man. Let's really get this information out there, right? Because the more people that know, the better. So again, guys, thanks for tuning in, and as always, take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon.